Hi, back again, talking about guitar transcriptions today. After years of not having a guitar, and not, being in a relationship where I wasn't allowed to play a guitar. I was in a relationship where I wasn't allowed to whistle, mind you. One of my favorite bands is Yes. I'm an unapologetic Yes fan, and I will savagely criticize them when they do bad stuff, bad material, but I love this band, and they're really the band that got me back when I was, 13 or 14. When I heard their music, I was like, well, I want to play. I want to play like that. Never got to the level of Steve Howe or Trevor Rabin, but oh well, I still like playing Yes songs. So this is a recently released a few months ago, compilation, a guitar collection. And if you're a Yes fan, you've been frustrated at transcriptions since the dawn of time. But let's just talk about the guitar recorded or the guitar transcriptions with tablature. They came out with one for Yes, for the Yes Years box set. They came out with a book, and it was a good book from the sense that it was well put together, but it was horribly planned. It was selections from Yes Years, and it included things like Money and Abilene and all the odd tracks that are on the album. And of course you had a couple of the big hits. You had Owner of a Lonely Heart, I think, was on there. Hold On was on there. That was actually a nice one to have. And then Tempest Fugit, which was awesome. But it had, for the only book out there of Yes guitar transcriptions, it had a terrible, overall just terrible song selection. And it was frustrating because of that. Then came the really good one, which was, I think Alfred Books produced, the complete album Fragile for guitar. And that's really the best one, still, I would say, even compared to this, and this one I'm pretty happy with. That's the best one. Just put out the album transcriptions, Yes album, Fragile, Close to the Edge. Hell, I really want Relayer, but I know that's never going to happen. And that's a great one. And then there's also Steve Howe did a book of guitar pieces back in the early, I think he was with Asia at the time when it came out. And originally it was just straight transcriptions, no tablature. It was re-released some years ago with tablature. It's a nice book. It has Clap, Mood for a Day, which every single book about Yes has. So then had a lot of his solo pieces, but it did also have the guitar solo, the Sound Chaser of all things. Again, not a bad collection, and pretty interesting especially for a solo guitar player. So now we get to this one, the brand new one, guitar collection. It's pretty good. First off, it's good, but I think like a lot of Yes fans, I'm looking at it like, did it have to take me 20, 30 years to get this book? If this had been the first release that ever came out, I think most people would be happy with the song selection. But the song selection has its own set of issues. If you are a Yes fan, you probably, there's a couple different versions of Yes, and you love them or hate them, but the beloved one I would have to say runs more or less from the Yes album on through into Tormato, even though there's some really crappy albums in between there. Bands had a ton of personnel changes. And then in the early 80s, they had a hit with Owner of a Lonely Heart and the album 90125, which I actually love. It's a great, I enjoy it. And I kind of like Big Generator, the album that followed it, but it's same time, it's a weak album. I enjoy it, but it just doesn't quite grab me. And Yes is a band that should have the ability to captivate me. So my real complaint is twofold. One, there are some great songs here, ones that I haven't seen guitar transcriptions of before, and You and I. That's cool. Starship Trooper. But for the most part, I've seen all these songs before in different compilations. Clap and Mood for a Day are in every compilation, and I understand, I appreciate why. I like Mood, I play Mood for a Day. Clap, I never seem to get the rhythm right. And then we get It Can Happen from 90125, which is a little bit of an odd choice. Changes, which is 90125. And then the Owner of a Lonely Heart, which of course was a huge hit. And this kind of runs into what a lot of guitar collections run into. they're kind of put together based on what were the big hits, not what a guitarist would want to play. So here we have Love Will Find a Way and Rhythm of Love from Big Generator. Again, I like the album okay. It's a weak album though. I admit that. Do we really want those? Would somebody prefer those over Siberian True? I'm sure you're out there somewhere, but I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. So that's kind of the issue is we've seen too many of these songs before. And there's too many songs on here that maybe they were chart hits, but they're not hits. They're not songs that Yes fans clamor to learn to play. Yours Is No Disgrace would have been nice, even though I have a transcription from a magazine. Heart of the Sunrise? Nope, we got Roundabout, because we got Roundabout on every Yes collection. Every Yes collection. Heart of the Sunrise, but that's on Fragile, so you can get that on the other book. Close to the Edge? That would be nice. So, I still recommend it. And I've played through a few songs, and so far so good, quality-wise. So, I give it a thumbs up. I give it a go buy it, check it out. Hopefully they will begin to issue more. I think a lot of Yes fans would like to see complete albums come out. Just like Led Zeppelin, they would never ever think of just coming out with a greatest hits of Led Zeppelin guitar tab and not actually have the whole entire albums available for people. So, I've talked long enough. Enjoy.